Are we going to tow someone's car away today?
Hopefully, yeah.
Do some legal stealing?
That is a very good way of putting it, legal stealing.
Across Britain, every 5 minutes, a vehicle will be towed away.
Is a tow truck available for us for Dulwich Road? Look, there she goes, look.
From parking fraud officers...
It's been a long time since we've had a nice BMW. Perhaps we'll get a Porsche next.
To road police...
Thank you very much, Captain Knobhead.
And tow truck drivers.
They will get their car and steal it.
If you're in the wrong, they'll seize it.
Tell you what, see how it's being carried, you won't hit a kebab ever again.
If our cars are an extension of ourselves, then the last thing we want is somebody touching them inappropriately.
He's trying to give me 50 quid to put the car back down.
Is he?
Yeah.
The pressure on parking in our cities is greater than ever. Escalating rules and regulations around time zones, suspended zones and residence parking are guaranteed to stir up passions. Some people will go to extraordinary lengths to avoid being towed. It's always inconvenient.
What's going on? There's what problem?
And always expensive.
I'm about to go in to pay £450 to get my car out. That's just licence theft.
Unbelievable. I've had a cheaper night in Vegas.
And when you finally get to collect your vehicle, please don't expect any sympathy.
We close at 5 o'clock. Off you go.
In the congested South London borough of Lambeth, former police officer Steve Davidson is right at home. He's Lambeth Council's parking fraud investigator. With parking prices in the capital rising and parking spaces decreasing, some motorists attempted to break the law by faking parking permits and blue disabled badges. It's Steve's job to track them down and bring them to justice.
You ready for action?
Like a coil spring.
If Steve suspects you're committing parking fraud, he has the power to tow your car away. Last year alone, he towed away over 100 cars. He's a man who is truly dedicated to his job.
I look at every car I go past. Even when I go on holiday, my wife moans at me for looking at cars. I just can't help it. I went to Italy not too long ago, and there was one that I saw that I thought was perhaps a forgery, but not having any jurisdiction out there, I got told to leave it alone. This time of day is quite busy. It's towards the latter part of the afternoon now. We're in the Waterloo area, down by the river, near the London Eye, and people are out to enjoy themselves. So if they can enjoy themselves, I don't see why I shouldn't.
To use a blue disabled badge legally, the badge holder must either be driving the car or be a passenger. Steve can tap into a national database which accesses the badge holder's identity. In this case, he can see from the photograph it belongs to an elderly woman. However, he's been tipped off that the BMW is being parked on a regular basis by a young man travelling alone.
This is the car. It was here this morning when I checked it. It's got a badge which has been issued by Camden, so it's not one of our badges. And the lady was born in 1954, so she's an elderly lady, and it's her son that's using the badge, which he shouldn't be.
One of Steve's tactics is to call the badge holder to see if they are at home. If they pick up, it's more than likely they aren't the person using the badge.
My name is Steve. I work for the council. Now, I'm ringing you about your blue badge. That's why I'm calling you. Is your son, is he in London today? OK, and where is he? Is he at work? He's at work, is he? Can you ask your son to give me a call? And my name is Steve. All right, then. OK, then, bye-bye. Bye. It's disgraceful that the son uses it to come here every single day to get free parking when he knows it's wrong. So it's not going to happen on my watch. So this is going to the pound. Come on.
There are 2.4 million blue badges in use in Britain, and Steve estimates that around half of them are being misused.
Badges are issued to vulnerable people, to genuinely disabled people. So people need to be dealt with firmly.
And you're the man to do it.
And I'm the man to do it. Some days we go out and we tow lots of vehicles, some days we don't. Today we've been lucky. It's been a long time since we've had a nice BMW, so perhaps we'll get a Porsche next. Daniel, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We might call you again later. All right then.
Of course, not all vehicles are towed for parking violations. Cars can be seized and towed away for a wide variety of reasons. In Cambridgeshire, a rural county where the car is king, the police regularly seize and tow vehicles for driving offences. One team involved in these operations is Sergeant Simon Goldsmith and PC Craig Wheeler.
My job as a skipper is to, we're doers. We get it done. So we tell the guys how they're going to do it.
Then I'll go out and do it.
We go out and do it.
The police's power to seize your vehicle if you're driving uninsured or without a licence became law in 2008. It'll cost this motorist £200 to retrieve his vehicle from the car pound. If he doesn't collect it within 14 days, it'll end up in the crusher. Today, Craig is out hunting for lawbreakers, and it's not long before he picks up a car with no insurance. Craig can check a car's number plate on a national database to see whether or not a vehicle is currently insured, taxed, in possession of a current MOT, or registered as stolen. He's currently hot on the tail of a silver Ford Mondeo.
The main reason that we tow cars away is for road traffic offences. No insurance, no driving licence.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Your car's just activated our ANPR cameras, potentially not showing any insurance.
I'm just have a garage. I just testing.
You're testing it?
Yeah, I have a garage.
OK, what insurance have you got to drive the vehicle at the moment?
I have the insurance because I got just tested for a garage.
So which insurance? You got insurance, yeah?
For insurance?
Yeah. You don't have any insurance?
No, I didn't drive actually. I just come and test the car. That's it.
OK. You got your driving licence on you?
I have no.
You haven't got it on you?
Usually they go hand in it, yeah. They go hand in hand, don't they?
You've got one, you normally haven't got the other.
Yeah. It's a bit, well, buy one, get one free, isn't it?
Yeah. So you don't have a UK licence and you don't have any insurance, no? No? OK. Thank you for being honest. Got there eventually.
Picking up a car, chucking it on the back of a low loader with a big sign on it that says, you know, Cambridgeshire Police have taken this car away because it's, in big letters, not insured. Awesome.
OK, so what's going to happen? Going to be reported for the consideration of the question of prosecution for the offences of driving a motor vehicle on the road without a driving licence and driving a motor vehicle on the road without any third-party insurance.
When the Mondeo driver eventually gets a British driving licence, there'll be 6 points waiting patiently for him on it, and he'll have to pay a £300 fine. And of course, he'll still have to shell out over £100 to get his car back from the pound.
I like taking people's cars off them that deserve having the cars people take off them. I don't like taking them off them for sheer hell of it. But if they don't have insurance intentionally, yeah, I like taking those ones.
Craig is having a bumper day. He's now on the trail of a BMW and tracks it all the way into a local retail park.
Yes, check, please.
Insurance show's not held.
Not held, thank you. Have you got any insurance? The gentleman just said to me he bought the car, I think he said yesterday, and he hasn't got insurance yet. So the car will be seized.
The car will be seized, but not their shopping. So Craig allows them to unload the weekly groceries before calling the tow truck. It's turned out to be a rather expensive shopping trip for this couple. Back in Lambeth, the unsuspecting BMW driver is returning to collect his car, bringing along his sister and mother.
Hello there. What's going on? Where's my car gone?
Yeah, what's the issue?
The issue is, I've taken my mum out, all right? Parked my car here.
Okay.
I live with my mum. My mum is disabled.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've come back with my mum. I'm finding that my vehicle's gone.
Madam, did Mr. Steve spoke to you this morning?
But you confirm to him that you are in your house and your son has borrowed your badge and he's at work.
What, did he call her mobile because...
On the house number, whatever number you have given to the disabled badge department, yeah.
I've taken my mum out, okay?
Yeah.
I parked my vehicle here.
Yeah.
You're saying there was some inquiries made,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Right? Now you're telling me, basically, that I brought my mum out here, right? I've spent God knows how long in the hospital, right? I've got to come back out here. My vehicle's gone.
Yeah.
I am now stuck with a disabled mother,
Yeah.
right?
After getting a call from the civil enforcement officer, Steve returns to the scene of the tow.
I'm Steve, how are you? You're the lady I spoke to this morning, are you? Yeah, okay. Are you warm enough? Are you okay? No. He's not. Have you called a taxi?
I have called a taxi.
If a taxi comes, we'll get Mum in and you can get her home and keep her nice and warm. We can deal with it another way.
Okay.
All right. We deal with blue badges.
Right.
And we've dealt with a blue badge case this morning. I think it's your car. Now, that is a car that is always parked here, every single day without exception.
I'm unhappy about my mum, right?
Well, I question you. Why have you got Mum here? Why have you dragged her all the way from home to come here?
The assumption is that's being made of me at this time and moment is that I'm abusing it, and it points to abuse, right? So I
make no bones.
No.
That you are misusing your mum's badge, but it's, we're not in the environment to talk about that.
Yep, sure.
Okay, and what's your job?
At the moment, I work part-time in retail. I'm a security supervisor.
And where's that, though?
Loss prevention. I work down in Oxford Street.
Oxford Street?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do you know where your car's gone?
I have no idea.
Right, it's gone to the car pound at Mitcham.
Mitcham.
Do you want the bad news? The bad news is you've been issued a penalty charge notice, so that's £65.
Right.
Worst news is your car's been towed away, it's £200. So before your car is released, you've got to pay 265
There's
quid.
storage there as well. Is there not?
There's what?
There's storage fees involved with it as well.
There is if you leave it. If you leave it more than 24 hours, it goes £40 a day. So I would do it either today or tomorrow.
The BMW driver pleaded guilty to using his mother's blue badge illegally. Attempting to cheat the system and park for free has left him with a criminal record. It's Saturday lunchtime in Luton. The town's football team is playing at home against Notts County. Every Luton FC home game is a parking headache for the residents who live around the ground. The pattern is the same for every game. All vehicles on Oak Road or the stadium forecourt need to be moved by 1 p.m. for security reasons. The police knock on doors and politely remind locals about the deadline. But anyone not at home or for out-of-towners who've parked here, the police will have no option other than to call someone to tow the vehicles away.
It is very ridiculous. Every 2 weeks there's a football on. And every 2 weeks I have to move my car. I can't cope here, I can't do this. I just need to get off me, move from here, look for a place, quiet area where there's no football.
I'm a taxi driver. I do everyday work, so especially on weekends I have to do work on nights. So if my car is towed away on weekends, so how can I be recovered? How can I go to work?
As the deadline approaches, Bedfordshire Police call a man who is more than happy to oblige their towing needs. Just off Junction 12 on the M1 is a car pound run by J&K Recovery. The team of 10 full-time drivers covers a wide variety of towing jobs and works closely with Bedfordshire Police, towing cars away that are abandoned, crashed or parked illegally.
Oh, for piddle's sake. Good afternoon, J&K. Can I help you?
One of the firm's most experienced recovery drivers is father of 12, silver-tongued Jim Smith.
2 fucking fitters to change 1 battery. You try and get a picture as will fit you, like Bob the Builder down there.
Jim and his colleagues can spend up to 16 hours a day roaming far and wide from J&K's base, and they've become well-versed in the subtleties of motorway services.
This country is disgusting, the toilets in the services, and you got to pay for it. Go in Germany, and they are spotless. Yeah. And they say that them countries are barbaric. We're the ones that are barbaric. Yeah. I like being a recovery driver. Every job you go to is a challenge.
Take the exit, then keep left.
Some of the customers, they can do your head in for the minute you pull up. As soon as you see their face, you know they're going to terrorise your ear holes.
All I get is, oh, how much is it going to cost me? Do I know anyone who can fix it cheaply? No.
Today, Jim's taking out Rob, a mechanic and trainee HGV driver, so he can learn from the master.
I'm going to try and show you how to pull a vehicle up without doing any damage to it. Because, obviously, if we damage it, we've got to pay for it. Come on, sweet cheeks.
Up in Luton, the police are clearing the roads and the forecourt around the stadium for security reasons and emergency vehicle access, at considerable inconvenience for the locals.
What it's like today, we're going to go to Luton, and some of the cars are outside the owners' houses. And they're in the same approach of mind as me, is why should they move their car outside their houses because people want to play around with a leather ball. So sometimes they get upset, because if we take them, they've got to pay money, and they've got to pay a lot of money.
OK, so obviously the one at the end there on the left-hand side, the black Astra...
It's now 12:40, 20 minutes before any cars can be legally towed away. Rob lives in Luton, but it's his first time working on a match day, and the thought of towing away one of his neighbour's cars is giving him cause for concern.
Are we going to get any angry customers?
Sometimes, yeah.
Punch-ups?
Yeah, remember, if you get into a fight, you can't fight back. Unfortunately, you're going to have to stand there and take one on the chin.
Are we going to tow someone's car away today?
Hopefully, yeah.
Please, I want to. Do some legal stealing.
What? Legal...
Legal stealing.
That is a very good way of putting it, legal stealing. That's quite unique.
You have reached your destination.
Oh, fucking have I.
It's now 12:57. If any vehicle parked on the stadium forecourt or Oak Road isn't moved in the next 3 minutes, the owner will return to find it missing and a bill of around £150 to get it back from J&K's car pound.
That do, thank you.
With the clock ticking, the owner of this black Astra could be in for an unpleasant surprise when he or she returns.
OK, it's 12:59 now, so in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come on, Sam. I'll show you how to do it.
All right, boy. Let's go.
What do you want it on the wishbone?
Yeah.
4 wheels off. Does this belong to us then?
Yeah, it does.
Sweet as.
With the wheels off the ground, a man appears and makes Jim an unexpected offer.
Huh? Yeah, I'm the driver, yeah. What about it? The two blokes on the corner there, one with a very long beard, he's trying to give me 50 quid to put the car back down.
Is he?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What, cash in hand? You can't do that sort of stuff, though, can you?
With the black Astra safely on the back of the truck, the boys are called back to the forecourt, where several vehicles still remain. The police have given Jim permission to remove them in any order that takes his fancy.
You're lucky, mate. You're very lucky, because it's just about to go. That saved you a few quid, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, thank you very much, yeah.
No worries.
It's your car, sir? Yeah. Oh, there we go. So this gentleman's going to be moving this car. Do you live locally?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's aware, obviously, that he needs to move by 1 o'clock.
Jim's lorry can only take one car on the back, but he could tow an extra car on the rear. However, this relies on one pair of car wheels being able to turn.
Fucking bollocks, this is. It's in park, it's automatic, it's in park, and the handbrake's on.
Maybe he'll have more joy with this Ford Fiesta.
Yeah, this one's in gear, and the handbrake's on. Jeez, it's going to be a long day.
Jim will take the black Astra back to the depot, and in the meantime, recovery manager Anthony is coming out on his day off to tow away one of the cars on the forecourt. While he's doing this, Jim and Rob go back to the yard to drop off the black Astra before returning for one final catch.
Are you ready, big boy?
I'm ready if you're ready.
All right, get in there and have a cup of tea.
Right, this particular vehicle, Robbie, because it's up against a tree, so we will be back snatching it.
What happens if he comes back now, or is it over?
Well, he was a big fella with big muscles. You deal with him. He was a little shrimp. I'll deal with him and take my piss off.
Let me just make sure that hook's still on then.
That do?
Now we've legally robbed his cars.
Well, we're not legally robbed them. We haven't robbed them, have we?
Yeah.
We've legally stolen them.
Legally?
Robbing is when you break into them and steal things. We have not done that, and we're not allowed to do that. What we've done,
stealing.
we have legally stole these vehicles with permission of the police.
Last year in London, around 36,000 vehicles were towed away and taken to the car pound. Towing is big business in the capital and provides much-needed revenue for many borough councils. The only way to escape a tow is if you manage to get back to your vehicle before all four wheels are lifted from the ground. And even if you do, you'll still have to fork out £80 for the parking ticket. The hallowed streets of Kensington in London provide rich pickings for the Borough Council. Kensington and Chelsea is one of the most efficient in enforcing the towing rules. The towing crews operate with ruthless time management and can arrive after 30 minutes of a car being parked. 30 seconds after you've been towed, you'll receive an unwelcome text telling you to collect your car from the Lots Road car pound. At any one time, there can be over £1 million worth of expensive metal housed within its high-security perimeter. It runs a 24/7 operation and has a constant stream of less than happy customers queuing at the door.
I'm here to pick up a car that was towed away this morning outside my apartment in Knightsbridge. After taking some shopping upstairs, flowers in actual fact, for my new wife, and the car was picked up and taken away. They say that there was a notice up to say that there was a restricted area for parking, but I've got residential permit anyway, so I can park outside my own house, you know.
They charge you £40 a day for keeping it there, so the meter starts running the second it's in there, and this is one of the biggest soaking operations in central London.
They seem to be very quick at what they're doing, because they turn up with these vehicles, hook these cars up, put them on the back of a lorry, and that's it, bang, gone. But before you know where we are, it's 265 to get the thing back again.
I parked for 20 minutes, went into Peter Jones, and then I came out, and then I got a call saying, oh, we've taken your car, and it's £260, and they could call maybe before they took the car.
So I'm just about to go in there and make a £450 donation to the council that I've been a resident in for 10 years. I'm not a happy camper.
I'm in the wrong business. Fucking hassle now. I've had a cheaper night in Vegas. Didn't take the petrol out now. Good arsehole.
40 miles away at the J&K car pound in Bedfordshire, it's been a quiet day, until a dissatisfied customer arrives in reception. This man's car was legally towed away by Jim and Rob on the Luton FC match day.
Hi, good morning. Can I help you?
Good morning. Yes, my car's been taken away from the station.
Registration number, please.
Registration number is...
Thank you very much. Why is it here?
Last Saturday it was a football match.
Okay. Obstruction. If you'd like to take a seat.
While Jim carefully removes the customer's car ready for collection, helpful Mick will process his paperwork.
Right, young sir. There's your paperwork back. Thank you. It's £170. How are you going to pay for it? Cash, card?
Cash.
Cash, even better.
Do you get a discount when you pay cash?
No, sir. No, we don't need a discount for picking the car up.
No, it's quite a lot of money for me to pay, you know, it's £170.
It's a very hard lesson to learn.
Yeah, of course. I'm really pissed off at the moment, like, you know, even though I work, you know, I really needed to be there today.
60, 80.
I worked, you know, in the restaurants, and I only earn, like, you know, £300 a week, and then, like, you know, for no reason I got to pay £170, you know, which is, you know, is going to affect me quite hard.
40, 60, 70. I'll give you an invoice for that. The close at 5 o'clock. Off you go.
In Cambridgeshire, Sergeant Simon Goldsmith, affectionately known by his colleagues as Yoda, is preparing for the day's duties.
A day in the life of a traffic cop. Tow some cars away and hopefully lock up some bad people.
Are you confident you'll do that today?
Who knows? I'll use the force. I think it must be shrinking my belt.
Do you need that padding?
Cheeky fucker. It's like a girdle. Let's go and do some. Right.
Goldie's usual partner, PC Craig Wheeler, is today being paired with Special Constable Louisa Bellis. They're all taking part in a joint county police force operation which will target and seize any vehicles in breach of the law. Goldie will be based at a service station north of London, while Craig and Louisa patrol the roads in and around the M25 to take suspect vehicles back for Goldie and his officers to check over.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Not too bad, mister.
Right, what you got on the back?
I delivered the meat, but
meat?
It is empty now.
It's empty?
Yeah.
What meat on the back?
It was doner kebab.
Ah! I was right! Kebab man! I think it's been chugging out a bit of smoke, so what we'll do is we'll take you in and they'll just have a quick look around your vehicle. I was right. Tell you what, see how it's being carried, you won't want to fucking hit a kebab ever again. Your rear tyre's defective, you've got cords on the inner edge.
What's that cost?
It's rare for us to get aggro because people know that they're in the wrong. Oh, no, it's not. You can deal with people officiously, hard and difficult. A little bit of a light touch, a little bit of humour. You're treating people a little bit sensitively and you're just lessening that load. I don't want to be fighting with people, overtaking their cars off them. Don't know about you.
No, no.
Right, I've got to go to the little boys' room.
Goldie's the site manager today for the location where we're taking everything. So he's doing the important job today.
Yeah, don't bring any more in, fuck's sake. I want to get rid of them all and go home. Yeah, this one here.
Apart from several lorries and a kebab van, things are looking decidedly quiet. And then...
Oh, fucking hell. In a nutshell, they've just stopped a chap and they're just running him through PNC. I had to do name stuff, he's just shot off. At the moment, he's running up the motorway, so the dog handler's just shot off after him, as half a dozen other people have as well. That's probably a wanted male.
We're currently looking for a gentleman who was stopped in a vehicle, and it sounds as though he's now tried to make off from officers in and around the motorway, with the possibility that he's actually running on the hard shoulder at the moment.
I just got him.
Having abandoned his car on a petrol station forecourt, by the time Craig and Louisa arrive on the scene, the suspect has been caught and arrested. 20-year-old tow truck driver James Stephen arrives to take the abandoned car to the scene of crime tent for inspection before it can be towed away.
Hiya. What have you found?
Car. Take it back over. It's got to be searched thoroughly. We found Class A drugs and the gentleman's run off from it.
OK.
Have you ever seen any crack before?
Crack cocaine? Plenty of times in the car. Yeah, when I've had to police jobs, I have seen it all before. Not as I've done them or anything like that.
As the vehicle is now a vital piece of evidence in a drug crime, James mustn't contaminate the car with his own fingerprints.
This car could be involved in more serious criminality because obviously we've detained somebody with a quantity of what we believe to be Class A drugs on board. What we're now going to do is go through it with a fine-tooth comb with the search officers that are behind me, and hopefully we'll get a bit of a result out of it.
Yeah, it's just a matter of trying to find, see if there's any other things that would lead into help with the investigation, things like the sat-nav, but then you can look at the phones and see, you know, if they're used for dealing and things like that.
Did you get involved in that drugs job? By all accounts, they got something like 70 wraps of Class A off of him, and they're just searching the vehicle now.
Is that the one in the tent?
Yeah, the one in the tent.
After the car was searched, the driver was later convicted of possessing a small quantity of cannabis. But there was no evidence that he was connected to the crack cocaine found in the car, so he was not charged for any offence related to this. It's been a successful day in making the police's presence felt, with over 50 vehicles checked and scrutinised. After nearly 20 years in the police, Goldie is looking forward to a life that doesn't necessarily involve towing people's cars away.
Brilliant. Do you know what? I've not checked it. I've not checked it for a couple of days. What are you checking? I'm checking the date that I can retire. There you go. That's my retirement date.
After 10 hours pounding the streets of Lambeth, 60-year-old one-man fraud fighter and ex-police officer Steve Davidson shows no signs of slowing down.
Hi there, my name's Steve Davidson. I deal with blue badges. How are you today? You're right. We're checking blue badges to make sure they're being used correctly.
I'm the carer for my dad.
Yeah. So have you brought your dad to the hospital today? OK, and which ward is he on?
Lambeth.
Lambeth ward. And who's he visiting?
Marius.
Marius. OK, because lots of people tell me these things, and I call their bluff. And I go across to the hospital, and I go in the wards, and I try and find them, and sometimes they tell the truth. I've got no reason to disbelieve you at all. And sometimes they don't.
It's OK for me to use it. You know?
Yeah, but it's not it's a permit for your dad. But I want you to understand that you keep saying we. It isn't your badge. It's Dad's. It's issued, so it's probably just your language. Yeah.
Is there an element of espionage in your job?
Right. Espionage is not a good word to use because I don't spy on people, and because it doesn't carry a term of imprisonment, the law's changed. So, no, I don't spy on people. That's the wrong term to use.
Steve wastes no time in moving on and has received a tip-off from a civil enforcement officer relating to a luxury car whose owner he suspects is misusing a disabled blue badge.
Very nice car, Jaguars. You thought that the person that drives this would be able to pay for a couple of pounds for parking. Even worse, because it's parked in a permit holder's bay, so the residents that live here who pay money for a residence permit can't park here. What time does the car normally arrive? Any idea?
About now, between 8 and 9.
8 and 9? And what time does he leave?
Between about 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, so it's here all day?
Yeah, it's here all day.
So
I'm quite aware where the guy is. It's the hairdresser, so he's obviously on the pens, you know.
It's somebody from the hairdressers?
Yeah.
Steve rings the badge holder to see if he's at home. In this case, it's the car owner's son.
Your dad's got it. Where's he gone today? To the dentist, all right.
It's a clear case of blue badge misuse, which is a criminal offence. For Steve, this will lead to only one outcome.
Could the tow truck come to Whittlesea Street for me, please, to remove a nice Jaguar car? Thanks. You lift it up and take it away, that'd be brilliant.
Steve does his best to keep Lambeth tow truck drivers constantly busy.
This is a good one, Daniel. We don't often get Jaguars, do we? Goodbye.
40 miles north at J&K's car pound, a big job has come in. And smooth-talking Jim is in a hurry to get to it.
Hello. Right, tell Stuart and Robbie the fucking dickhead, come and open the gates, otherwise they can go and do this job themselves.
Hello. Bye.
Right.
A 40-ton lorry full of sand has careered off a country lane and driven straight into a ditch.
But looks of it, he's sort of not paid attention, and where the skid marks are, gone down the embankment and he's hit this solid concrete. Well, smashed the lorry here, he smashed the chassis off it, the engine's off its mannings, the gearbox is busted. Put it this way, it won't be fixed in a week and back on the road, that's for sure. Definitely a balls up, mate.
The driver is unharmed, which is more than could be said for the state of his lorry. The unenviable task of dealing with the trailer has fallen into the capable hands of Jim and the boys.
It's under control. We have Andy with us, who's our transport manager. He knows the best about this to what we do.
Well, we're going to stand the trailer back up on its wheels, lift the front of it out of the ditch and put it back onto the road, and then there's another company coming down to take the trailer away. Yeah, stop through here, please.
You enjoy jobs like this, Anthony?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the good thing about recovery, really.
Do you get excited about jobs like this?
No, I get worried I'm going to fall in that shitty water. Well, I always let the management go in because they know what they're doing. And it's nice to see the managers up to their neck in shit.
Yeah, we can drag that way quickly. Not an easy one.
It takes the team of 4 drivers over 2 hours to get the lorry into a safe position, so they can begin to try and winch it out.
There's the other company turning up to take us away.
Another recovery firm is contracted to tow the trailer away, but only if the J&K team can get the lorry out of the ditch in the first place.
Scared of failure, but touch wood, that doesn't happen very often. But no, it's quite exciting. Gets the adrenaline going. They're good jobs.
What would be a failure then?
If it was still in there about 10 o'clock tonight.
Steve Davidson is preparing for an interview. Any driver he suspects of parking fraud is requested to attend a recorded interview before taking the case to court. Today, it's the turn of the Jaguar driving mystery hairdresser.
When I started as a police officer, it was in the 1970s, and there wasn't the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, and the law had to change because interviews were very much however the officer wanted to conduct them. And I've been in interviews where officers have threatened people, where they've held them across the table, merely to get confessions. Some of the people that come that are really argumentative, I often think I'd like to go back to the olden days. Right, come on in. And if you can take a seat on the red chair. Right, good morning to you. Good morning. The circumstances of this case relates to the use of a blue badge in a Jaguar car. So can I ask you some questions? Can I ask you about that car? Is that a car that you own?
No, my wife.
It's your wife's car. And on this particular day, the 2nd of December, who drove and parked in Whittlesey Street?
I did.
You did. Why did you drive there on that day?
Well,
what was the reason?
I'll explain to you. For the last 4 years, I'm a pensioner.
Yeah.
And I had a shop over there, barber shop.
It's the barber shop on Cornwall Road.
Cornwall Road.
So were you going there just to open up the shop?
Yeah.
These are the photographs that the civil enforcement officer took. I spoke to one of the residents, and they were complaining about, because the residents pay lots of money to get a residence parking bay, and what they told me, it says that car's always parked there, and it's an elderly gentleman who's a hairdresser. He works in Valentino's round the corner.
Yeah.
So what do you want to say about that?
No, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree?
No, I don't
so,
agree with
so how often do you go to the shop?
Well, I go a couple of times a week, but I go with my son. I go a couple of times a week because my son is disabled and he likes, we go for a walk on the river.
I understand that.
But not every day.
Did your son tell you what he told me when I spoke to him on the phone?
What did he tell you? He's on Sky anyway.
All right.
I mean, what can I say?
All right. Was it stupidity?
No, I didn't think it's... I don't know.
Misuse of a blue badge is a criminal offence, though. It's not just parking.
Yeah.
So is there any questions you want to ask me?
Yes, what's going to happen now?
What happens next? The file will go to the solicitors, and the solicitors will issue a summons. And you will get a letter come through the post which explains to you that you've committed a criminal offence and that you must go before the courts and explain to the magistrates or the judge why you've misused your son's badge. And then it is their discretion on how they deal with you.
Okay.
To your credit, you come here today and you have been cooperative. You're going to expect to pay a fine.
Okay.
And the maximum fine can be £1,000. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye.
The driver pleaded guilty to using his son's badge and now has a criminal record to his name and a £1,000 fine. "60 miles north, and with the daylight fading, the boys have been working on recovering the 40-ton trailer for 5 hours.
The trailer's got to be lifted and pulled at the same time, so we need to get the back of the truck more straight on.
Jim, is it dangerous to be standing this side of the lorry?
Very dangerous. You were dying instantly. This way, Osherman's got 25 tonne of sand on. You got the trailer what's weighing another 16 tonne. All that's going to fall on you. There's no legs on it. When the driver went down the ditch, he ripped the legs off from the trailer, so there's no legs there. So we need to get it out and lift it up in the air.
This huge lorry has been lifted and dragged for nearly 6 hours, and now it's finally out of the ditch. The other recovery firm are preparing to winch it back onto the road. With the night closing in, Jim and the team can finally pack up for the day.
We're just about packed away, so well done all of you.
That's good.
It's out and there's very little damage.
We're not going to be taking this trailer. We've done all the hard work in dragging it out and getting it all done. And now we've got another recovery firm here who are going to lift it up, shift it and take all the glory, really.
But as the other driver is about to set off, there's a type of glory in store that no one is expecting.
Right, let's start again then, shall we?
Coming up next time...
If you tell me I've broken down, I've got to push the camera somewhere.
When tow trucks need a tow.
It's all gone Pete-Tong. It just means that it's a temporary setback.
We're out and about with Bedfordshire Special Constables, dealing with everything that life has to offer.
What are you thinking for lunch?
To vehicle seizures.
So what's happening with us now? You've got to make your own way home, I'm afraid.
We go night driving with Goldie and Craig.
My night shift here.
I fucking hate them. No, don't do that, you stupid woman.
Steve confronts blue badge fraud.
There is a maximum sentence of 10 years imprisonment for using a copied badge.
Tackles parking fraud.
I need to speak to you about your car and a blue badge.
And causes a riot in Lambeth.
Well, only a couple of seconds. Have you lost your car? Come over here. I haven't got any sympathy whatsoever.
And Goldie ends his shift with a bang.
Police went straight to me. I said, oh my God.